birthday, and it was he and his girlfriend and I at Brown's, and it was that was the night, July 3rd, a year ago. On his birthday, I decided I was going to write a book. My Tyler said, "You should write a book, Nana." I said, "Okay, all right, I'm going to do it." And this picture was so good, I said, "And I'm going to use this picture on the book." So then I have a friend down in Tampa, Florida, who does Susanna Books, who does covers and does formatting. So she did my cover and she did my formatting.
So yeah, you're very resourceful in like how you accomplished everything.
I can't believe it sometimes.
I know, isn't it?
Just goes to
You got to give it a pat on your shoulder.
You got to take a step back and enjoy it.
You know
Absolutely.
what? It's sort of like reading my resume. It was the same thing. For the first time, I stopped long enough.
Let's go back to your resume. And with all seriousness, it's an incredible, very impressive resume. And the one thing I look at is all your leadership positions that you've had within Verizon. And I work with Verizon with what I do, and they're such a huge company.
Yes.
So touch a little bit about your experience, what you learned in some of those positions, things that you would share to people like us three that are growing within our own careers. Just touch, if you don't mind, touch on a couple of things.
I started in 1966. The night of my prom was when I started training, believe it or not. So that had to be like in May, right? And I was a directory assistance operator. And at that point in time, we had books, and we used to, each operator had a position, and we used to give numbers out, and from they'd come and drop right into our bays there, and we would look up the numbers. That was how you got into the telephone company. That was the entry level. And I actually got accepted to nursing school, and I was the oldest of 7, and my dad said, "You're going to the telephone company." I said, "Okay." Well, I was a little disappointed at first, but as it turned out, certainly it was a 34-year career that I absolutely loved. People believed in me before I even knew what my own strengths were. I learned that as long as you give people 100%, and you do all the right things and you show up, that's part of my Tarpy's top 10. You show up 9 times out of 10, you're going to be able to do what you achieved to do. Sometimes it's with help. Sometimes it's that you realize on your own that you can do things. But I persevere and I never give up. And I think that I just had enough bosses. And as I went through my career, and I did so many different things on the telephone company, it was just before I retired that I thought to myself, how did I ever get here to the 41st floor at 1095 Avenue of the Americas in New York, looking out that 40th floor boardroom, and thinking to myself, I've come so far. In a way, you don't realize it. Again, I go back to it because you're so busy doing it, you don't realize. But it was a wonderful company for me. And I started at that entry level, and I just kept going up. And I'll tell you, they kept promoting me. And it was one of those things that you apply for jobs, you don't even realize that they've made the job for you already. And so it was like, okay, would you like this job? I said, I'd love this job. So I just had enough good people who had faith in me, and I worked hard. I did everything I was expected. I did the easy things. I did the hard things. I continually looked to educate myself. If I didn't know it, I wanted to learn it. I believe that if you have a good attitude, that your bosses and your leaders will do the right things for you, and that you learn it along the way. And I think that the promotions are earned. The backing and support of leaders is certainly something that once you gain that, it's almost like you can write your own ticket once you have those people in place. And it's all about relationships. One director would give me jobs that would put me in a place where I would see the vice presidents. The vice presidents then obviously are the ones that make key decisions. And I ended up catching the eye of some vice presidents that gave me great opportunities. And I can't say enough about what I felt about Verizon.